Okay, recording and transcription. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening to everyone. Whatever day and whatever time of the day you'll be watching this audio recording, mabuhay sa lahat. Okay. So I know that this today may be, I think some of you have already started doing their research, especially the HM students. Kasi they need to finish their research within the span of until the last day, kumaga, compared to the fourth year students, which they of English and Filipino major, in which they could at least have title defense, proposal defense, to which is this week, I mean, not this week, but this semester only, whereas the title up to the proposal and final defense of researchers from HM is until today. So I know that we have a lot of questions in your mind, and I'm sorry we haven't met properly, even if we wanted to, because we have a lot of things going on, not just with ourselves, but in our campus as well. So I hope that although this is the case, we still try to meet ends na tayo at wala tayong magiging problema. So for this matter, some quizzes were postponed, but we will resume until Monday, siguro, Monday. We'll have it Monday or I guess Monday talaga, no? So, hindi ko man na-announce sa inyo, pero postpone natin. Siguro, I think Tuesday. I'll be Tuesday na lang ang exam ng kalahatan na hindi pa nakakapag-exam. So, if you have problems when it comes to quizzes, so just message me na lang so that I could assist you. So, as of now, I don't know if we would be able to meet sa campus because of so many issues that you already know. But even if that's the case, don't worry kasi nandito naman tayo online. And I'm sorry kung lagi tayong asynchronous classes. I know you prefer synchronous, but the problem with that is we do have a lot of activities kagaya nung Thursday. Okay, 'di ba? Hindi pwede, di tayo makakapasok ng Thursday. And no Wednesday, I think sobrang mabagyo ata nun eh. So I think kailangan siyang i-asynchronous and Friday until wala pa din. And in addition din, may mga nilakad din ako kaya hindi ko din na-meet yung mga students. But going back, so ang haba na introduction. So I'll be giving announcements na lang for HM students. Wait a minute muna kayo. Kasi anyways, ang kagandahan lang sa atin is we did have a seminar in which most of the things that you may need, at least you already know some. So uulitin ko na lang yon dito sa discussion natin with of course some activities that you will be submitting. Okay? So, I'm still coordinating with Ma'am Judith kasi kailangan sabay. So, I was thinking na ang for HM students, ang HM ay since marami kayong advisor from HM department and it's catered naman, walang problema yon. So, baka iiwas-iwas namin yung mga tao. For example, kay Ma'am Desi kayo, hindi siya pwede maging panel. That's what I said to Ma'am Judith. If Ma'am Desi is your advisor, Ma'am Desi cannot be the panel. If Ma'am Ren is the advisor, she cannot be a panel. And so was Ma'am Judith as well. Same as the BA. So, hindi pwede. Kasi hindi siya magandang tignan talaga. Why? Because if for instance, nakaano tayo sa mga ganong bagay, what will happen is, uh, every time na mayroong mga questions or decisions that will be made, kahit sabihin natin we're professional, we don't want it na mafe-feel ng mga bata na, ay, ang advisor at ang panel ay iisa. So, tapos sila yung nag-best thesis. I don't want that. Same with English. Sa English, we do have yung advisor ninyo cannot be part of the panel. That's why I am in Filipino as well. That's why I'm asking you sino ang advisor. So now that you have mentioned, I think most of you already told me your advisor. Since advisor po ang Doc Christie, hindi po siya ang kukunin kong panel. So I did get some from College of Arts and Letters, and also Ma'am Joy, hindi siya pwede mag-panel dahil doon. And ako, hindi rin ako pwede mag-panel because I am an advisor. I am your teacher. Hindi pwede yon, no? Sa Filipino as well, hindi ko po papayagan ng Doc Villafane kasi po ang Doc Villafane ay may hawak po na advisory. Hindi rin po kasama ang Ma'am Sheila. So, hahanap po tayo sa labas, yung mga wala pang po pinapanel. I already talked to some teachers about that. So, huwag kayong mag-alala. Meron naman ng iba. It's new faces. Okay? So, also, para din po sa kaalaman ng lahat, since I am thinking that the first proposal for HM and the title defense of EDUC students would be online. That's why so that the foods that you have contributed, yung 60 pesos kasi noon, we're still waiting for the class mayor to give a transparency report. Ang gagawin kasi namin doon is yun din po yung gagamitin na pangbigay na doon sa magpapanel, doon sa first tranche. Okay? So, for example, yung 60 pesos ninyo, kasama na siya. So, bibili na kami ng food para sa magiging panel. Para ang problema na lang ng HM ay ang kanilang final defense, and ang problema na lang ng EDUC is their proposal defense. So, yun ang plan. Okay? So, but still, we're waiting for the transparency report from the officers na nag-manage po ng ating event because we want that first bago maging talaga, okay na okay. Kasi dapat talaga yan, last week siya iaayos namin, finalize, but things happen. Okay? So, luckily also, if you're still asking, Ma'am, how's our campus? Campus right now is fine. Wala na tayong ADR. So, very sad for that. But the rest, nag-investigate na and tinry ang kuryente, it's working. Classes, especially for HM, kasi ang EDUC ay wala po ngayon. Ako lang po ang klase ng EDUC na if face-to-face nila supposedly. Wag muna natin silang intindihin. Doon muna tayo sa isa. So, yung sa inyo, sa HM, wait na lang kayo sa announcement ni Dean. Kasi sa mga EDUC, wala silang problema. Since I am their teacher, I could easily tell them to have online classes. Ako lang kasi babalikan nila sa school. Okay, so now let's have the PowerPoint presentation. You always ask this question. And siguro um if you'll be asking me, the thing is, when it comes to literature review, I hate that before when I was in college. Why? Because we started with a title proposal. Ang sabi kasi ng teacher namin, okay, bigyan niyo ako ng title. And then we gave a title. Okay, title daw kailangan ng title. Bigay natin ng title si ma'am. But the problem with that is after we have finished doing this title, my God, ang hirap i-defend. Napakahirap i-defend. Why? Because we don't have chapter 2. Grabe, even 3. Wala nung panahon na yon. Because when back in college at Bulso main campus, walang e-live. So we have different libraries before, iisa-isahin mo pa siya. Ngayon kasi, nagtanong ako sa e-library, and for those who already went to the library ng Bulsu, meron na silang list ng mga lahat ng master's and doctorate thesis. You just need to tell them and they'll be emailing it to you na ipe-prepare na nila yon because you will not be the one who's touching it. Diba? Imagine how convenient. The librarian will be the one who will assist you. But back then, no. Talagang tinuturo namin na yan. So, it's not really good. lokang-loka talaga ako as in hindi namin alam. Tapos ang problema pa, pinahanap kami ng title, wala pala kaming pang-defend. Kasi wala kaming literature review. Right now, you are asking me so many questions. Ma'am, pwede po ba tong title na to? This is what we have. This is what we do. Now, para hindi tayo magkaroon ng always question from you na, ma'am, pwede ba to? You should, everything must be answered, all variables must be answered by this chapter 2. Kaya ang paggawa ng chapter 1 ay sabay ng chapter 2. Ang 1, 2, 3, sandwich yan. Kasi yung chapter 2, although nakalagay lang dyan is conducting the literature review, okay, review of literature and studies and theories, ito po ay nakakayakap yan sa chapter 1 at 3. Why? Because even before you write the introduction, before mo sila bonggahan na, ay, TIOC approach, what is the trends, what is the issues, the objectives, and your contributions, you need to have read a lot of literature first. Yes, that's true. Before you even ask questions, you should have read a lot. Kasi once you have your topic with you, isip ka, anong topic ko sa research? Paano ko gagawin? Naisip mo to, paano ko siya gagawin? So that's a problem. Kaya kailangan, ang 1, 2, 3, magkayakap yan. Kasi, everything that you will ask must be backed up by your study, literature, and theories. Everything. Bakit? Okay, for example, title natin ay may kinalaman sa food industry services of cafes na phase out na yung mga yung mga may edad. O kunwari ganon. How did you say so? Na nawawala na may edad. Based on my observation, puro po kasi bata, I know. Hindi pwede yon. Hindi pwedeng sabihin mo based on your observation. Sino ka? Are you an expert? No. Have you conducted the study? Did you check? No. So we back up with a literature. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin sa panel na observe po namin, who are you? And yung tanong, sino ka? You're still a college student. And you're telling us na na-observe mo? Very observant. But we want proof. Every variable, even the respondents, bakit senior high school? Kasi po, sila po yung dumaan, ay, iha, you need to have something to defend na yan yung variable mo. Bawat galaw, bakit yan? Eh kasi po, ito po yung sabi ng study na ito, di ganun. Yun, kaya kailangan natin. Kaya magkayakap yan. Chapter 1 to 3, they hold each other talaga. Kaya sabay sila ginagawa. Hindi ko ibig sabihin na sinasabi na talagang, usually honestly, based on my opinion, we usually do chapter 2 first. 2. Weird, no? But true. 2 muna. Kasi pag nag-defense tayo I hope that you're with me. For example, yan. Okay, sige. Yan yung naging title mo. Okay. How are you planning to conduct? Questionnaire, ma'am. May questionnaire ka na? Gagawa po kami. Gagawa kayo. But you need to conduct a pilot study. Huh? Oo, kailangan. Hindi pwede na isa. So, be mindful of that. Mas magastos po pag gagawa kayo ng sarili niyo. So, enough with the introductions of conducting literature review. Let's now begin our discussion. Hindi pala discussion, 16 minutes and 43 seconds na yan. Okay. So, let's have your first task. As you work on the research topic, service quality and customer satisfaction in fast food restaurants, you found out several sources or references that you can read. After just a day of doing a literature search, you have downloaded the following types of materials. So, ayan, Hannah. Just screenshot this one or go back na lang. Now, rearrange the above sources in the order that you would want to prioritize in your literature review. So 1 to 5 yan. And on your yellow paper, rearrange this one. I think may task din. Okay. So that is for HM. Now, for English majors, you could use this one. Please use this one. Same. Please screenshot that one. Okay. So next, task 2. Task for Filipino majors. Screenshot this one and let's proceed with our next activity. Put that on your yellow paper. I want to see that. Now, let us now discuss what is literature review. First, you see these two islands and there's a person who would like to cross in that island. This is how literature works. The topic research is unexplored research area. Summarize condensed past studies, summarize studies. Usually we look for the abstract. And then identify research trends, issues, and gaps. And after that, that's how you generate new ideas for study. This is how research works. Before you even say, before you even claim what you would like to claim, you need first to look for things muna. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na wala, may mga past studies po kasi, tapos ang study mo lang ay 2. O, di ba? 3. O. Kaya nga, di ba, kanina, someone asked me, Ma'am, ilan po ba ang literature review? Sabi ko, 10 will do. 10 to 15 will do. Talaga po, 10 lang and 15 as long as it suffice. Whenever we ask questions about that, meron ka papakitang literature review. Okay, sabi mo yung variable na yan. Bakit siyan? Nasaan ang study mo? Taray, hindi. Pero nasaan study mo? You need to make sure. Tama ba? Kasi mag-iisipan mo yan eh. Hindi pwede na, yan po kasi sabi ng advisor ko. Ay, wala po ang advisor mo to defend your thesis. You are the one who's looking for this. Ikaw ang may gusto niyan. And even if that's a study given by your advisor, you need to own your study because you'll be publishing your paper with that. So be careful. Now, before you generate ideas, make sure that you have search. Search everywhere. Yun nga sabi nila. Now, to achieve research clarity, narrow topic focus on a specific area of interest, make research manageable. So identify gaps, recognize areas where research is lacking to guide your study. Clarify the theories, understand and explain the theoretical basis of your research, and support results. Use research to validate, strengthen findings. This is how we do research. That's why chapter 2 is very important because until chapter 4, you will be with them. Kasi ang gagawin natin, for example, sa chapter 2, kaya nga ang chapter 1 and 2, lagi siyang nagugulo pa. Yes. Kasi for example, sa chapter 4, okay, shucks, ito yung ito na yung hinahanap natin. Tama tayo dun sa relationship. Tapos pag-check mo ng chapter 2, kailangan ko defend. Okay, so ito yung tama. Ito yung nilabas ng namin, dun sa question number 1. Pag-check mo ng chapter 2, wala akong research about dun, wala akong wala pala dito sa bank namin, wala pala dyan yung sagot namin. Paano na? So, balik ka, hanap ka ulit ng pwede mong ipang-defend, i-paste mo sa chapter 2 ulit. O, diba? Mababago-bago siya talaga. Kasi, hindi mo siya nailagay nung una. So, kaya nga sabi ko, 10 will do because it depends on your study. Every time na meron kang inaangat-angat-angat, may napapatunayan ka, igaganon mo siya, isushoot mo siya doon. Hanggang mapuo ang puzzle mo. It feels like you're making a quilt. Different areas, different things. You feel that everything is not going to what you want. But don't worry.
iaano natin yan ng research, iba-back up natin ng ibang research yan. At yan ang isasagot nyo sa panel. Hindi pwede yung gusto ng advisor. Hindi pwede yung gusto mo lang at feel mo lang. Kailangan back up by other studies. Now, what's the purpose? First is narrowing down topic. A broad topic becomes a specific research problem and helps you make clear research questions. For HM student from tourism, sabi mo, tourism, okay. Tourism ang hahanapin namin. Si English, writing skills. Si Filipino, wikang Filipino. Pero malaki. Ano doon? Diba? Alin doon yung gagawin mo? So ngayon, nag-research ka, umanap ka ng mga study. Ano ba sa tourism ang problema dito sa Earth? And you saw, effect of food presentation on guest satisfaction. Ay, oo nga, no? Ako nga pala ay isa akong guest. And may effect ba yung food? Ay, oo. Imagine, five-star hotel, Michelin, tapos, ang tsaka ng food presentation. Nagbayad ako sa buffet, hotel buffet na yon. Buffet pa ng hotel ko, tapos may free breakfast. Tapos, ang tsaka ng pagkain, hindi masarap. Honestly, in my opinion, gusto ko talaga ng alam mo, ako social lang hotel sa akin. Sorry na. Pag nag-breakfast, gusto ko na may cereal. Yun ang ko. Pag may cereal ang hotel, lalo Coco Crunch, at saka may ham, tapos may butter, tapos pwede mo siyang lagyan ng jam, may yogurt, sarap. Kasi ayoko ng breakfast na ayoko na ng menudo. Breakfast menudo. Ayoko ng lugaw. No, I don't like that. And the presentation, yung parang ikaw nakapantulog ka pa, gaganon-ganon ka pa. Tapos makita mo yung pagkain. Ang pangit. It doesn't look good. And it doesn't even taste good. So ayoko dito. Hindi na ako babalik. Pero maganda yung service nila. But is it part? Maybe not for me. Not for other people. But I look forward sa food. Obvious naman sa katawan ko. Okay. English, writing skills. Always have a problem yan. English, writing skills. Ayun, alin sa writing skills? Because of related literature, nalaman mo. Peer feedback and essay writing. Meron ba? Peer feedback? Like for example, magpinagawa kami ng research, tapos kaming dalawa. Mas maganda ba yun? Filipino, wikang Filipino, paggamit ng salitang hiram sa kabataan ng social media. Diyos ko, pati nga pala yun, pwedeng pakailaman ng Filipino, no? Ang paggamit ng salitang hiram. And now we will identify, nga, no, you will realize, nga, marami palang may mga bata nga na may ganun. That is because you're checking, you're reading. Purpose 2 is identifying the research gaps, shows what is missing in the past studies, and prevents repeating the same research. Helps you focus on new contributions that you could do. HM, no study yet on how buffet designs affect customer return rate. Okay na ba sa yung tsaka-tsaka na nakakadagdag ba siya aesthetically? Kasi pwede mo i-post sa Facebook, di ba? Lesson English, few studies on TikTok as a tool of vocabulary building. Filipino naman, limited research on slang in online classrooms. So we could do that. Purpose 3, clarifying theories. So let's you see which theories are useful, show strengths and weakness of ideas. So for instance, using service quality theory for HM sa customer satisfaction. Visit English, bigot sa social cultural theory for peer learning. And bahay ng wika framework for study of code switching. So meron palang mga pwede. Purpose for supporting your paper. Related studies support problem and background, discussions of results. Yun yung sinasabi ko kanina. So BSHM, previous studies on food safety, support your canteen research. English, past studies on reading comprehension could back up your studies. Whereas Filipino research on Filipino literature strengthens your background section. So yun yung sinasabi ko kanina. Yung pang chapter 4. Now, how to conduct a review of literature effectively? Of course, the first thing you do is organize by themes, category studies, and streamline analysis and identify patterns. So when you read and read and read and read, what is done in this study? What is the same, commonalities, differences? Highlight mo siya. And note key findings. Of course, identify significant gaps, the theories that was used in the study and findings to guide your research. And focus on relevant select studies that directly contribute to your research question. And start broad. Begin with a wide scope and then we narrow down. So a good research review guides your research problem, show what is missing in past studies, strengthens your framework and discussion, makes your research more credible and more useful. Now, types and characteristics of sources, reference materials. Ano nga ba? So how to prioritize sources? You could start with summaries for background. So, focus on journal articles, which is very reliable, lalo na yung mga Scopus and Web Science. Naku, grabe yan. You know, right now, napakahirap maging isang alagad ng gobyerno because we need to fund ourselves first if we want to have high ranking at mag-publish kami dyan sa mga journal na reliable. So, I was checking kasi I want to publish my research in a Scopus journal. Diyos ko, pinakamura, I think 65 to 85,000 pesos. And then may nakita ko 300,000. Diyos ko po, sabi ko, Diyos ko po. Saan makukuha nun? Although Bulsu will award us 65,000. But still, imagine, so mahal, di ba? Grabe. And add books, conference papers, theses, and use web sources with caution. So what are the structure of a journal article? It has a title, it has an abstract, it has an introduction, literature review, methods, results, discussion, conclusion, reference, in short, IMRAD format. But you know, my dear students, even if we do say na, naku, may IMRAD lang naman yan, it's still the same as chapter 1 to 5. Pareho lang yan. It's just that, sinamarize version lang siya. Mamula naman pong chapter 2. Wala siyang chapter 2 na nakalagay, but the chapter 2 is incorporated in introduction, in literature review, nandun siya as in hapyaw dyan. Pero yung methods kasi na yun, kaya mo siya nakuha dahil din yun sa review of literature. Yung results, binackupan mo rin siya ng chapter 2 at ang discussions as well. So lahat yan ay may chapter 2 pa din. Ano siya, isang buong paper siya. But I think some journals until ano lang siya, 8 pages kasi mahal. The more na mahaba yung papel mo, mas mahal siya. Yes. So of course, you need to choose quality over quantity. Check if your sources are peer-reviewed, organize reference by themes, and always ask, is this reliable and relevant to my study? Luckily, right now, you have ChatGPT and other AI tools. Pwede mo siyang gamitin pag gano'n mo siya. Mas madali yun, di ba? Now, look for 10 reference materials that you can use to learn more about your chosen research topic. Now, this is again by group. Now that you have your topics with you, for those who have, you could proceed with this one. So, iisa na lang. Pero iba-iba kayong paper. So, I want you to do this. Now, for instance, ma'am, wala po kaming summaries, pero marami kami nakitang journal articles. Go there. Gumawa ka ng ganito. Books, wala po kami nakita. Okay. Basta kailangan, you will produce 10. Pamili kayo kung alin dyan, kung conference papers, dissertation, journals, summaries, and books. I want to have 10. Ipapasa nyo sa akin kapag meron na kayong approved research. Okay? So, isang group, isa lang kayo ng gawa, pero iba-iba kayo. Lahat ng members dapat meron yan. Mga anak, lilinawin ko lang sa inyo ha. The reason why I am asking you to do this kind of activity is not because I just wanted you na mahirapan at magpa-print. The reason why I'm asking you to do this kind of activity is to guide you already on how you will make your own research. Kung mapapansin ninyo, naggaganito tayo, nagkakaroon tayo ng step-by-step activities, not because I just wanted to, but because I want you to start working on it. Bakit po, ma'am, kailangan meron din po yung mga kagrupo ko? Bakit kanya-kanya kami ng papel? Kasi baka mamaya hindi binabasa ng mga kagrupo ninyo at sobrang bait nyo, ayaw nyo silang tanggalin sa grupo. That's the reason why. at least when when the panel asks questions, hindi lang po si leader ang sasagot. Because although it is a group activity, it's individual grading. Kung wala kang alam dyan sa research mo, aba, you're so lucky. Always remember, even though I joke na ikaw lang ba ang tigaluto ng pansit canton, mga anak, your classmates could cook for themselves. They don't need you. Diba? So what I want you to do is be needed. Kailangan may silbi ka. Okay? Just saying. Now, locating the sources or reference materials, let's play a game. So I want you to prepare your yellow pad. By the way, this activity, this is a short one paper, printed siya. Mahirap po yung, mahirap po yung isulat, no? But if you want na sulat, it's fine by me. Since title, author, and date of publication lang naman, okay lang siya. Kung gusto niyo siyang isulat na 10 ganyan. Wala pa naman yung mismong kopya ng abstract. Pero dapat syempre meron kayong kopya na nakatabi na. Okay? So, let's play a game on your yellow paper. Question 1. When you use a search engine for the first time, what amazed you the most? Kaya nag-a-amaze sa inyo? The number of results? The colors of website? The waiting time? Alin kaya dyan? Of course, the correct answer is only one, the number of results. But sometimes, when the website is too ugly or too colorful, parang may isip ka, bakit? Bakit ganito? I think this is, predatory. Parang joke to, di ba? Maiisip mo yon. Kasi right now, we want to be aesthetically pleasing, di ba? That's part. And the waiting time, pag madaming ads, grabe, parang hindi siya maganda, no? Next, scenario 2. For example, even if you are a Filipino and English major, you're doing a research on customer satisfaction in hotels. Which keyword set works best? A, food and drinks plus hotel services. B, customer satisfaction plus hotels. Or C, fun vacation plus hotel experience. Alin din sa tatlo? So pause for a while if ever na nag-iisip ka pa. But the answer is customer satisfaction plus hotels. Now, which search will give you more precise results? A, B, or C? Pause it. And the answer is customer satisfaction in hotels. Next, which of the following is unique advantage of the library over search engines? A, B, or C? Pause it if you want to still reading, but the answer is reliable, expert-reviewed books. Next. Okay, so I hope that you have correct answers since very obvious lang naman siya, but still, it's nice that you are doing this. Nagpo-post-post kayo sana, hindi yung kinokopya nyo lang sa classmates nyo. Why? It's not because of them, but it's for you. Lalo na po sa English and Filipino major. Why? Kasi kasama po ito sa board examination. Hindi po siya kagaya ng sa HM na after this, it's up to them, no? So sa English and Filipino kasi kasama to sa binoboard exam. Now, these repositories or databases which can serve as your primary sources of literature, we have an OPAC. Sa Bulso, I think may OPAC tayo, but OPAC means Online Public Access Catalog. So most of the libraries, especially the beautiful big ones, they have OPAC. Everything that you need, meron na siya. We also have data indexes journals that provide different journal publication. The Scopus, ayan ang number 1. Web Science, also a same citation index, Directory of Open Journals, and Google Scholar. Yan, marami tayo dyan. Journal publications, puro siya. Kasama din po dito yung pang HM kasi to, so HM, but we also have others which you can search online. At marami na rin sa Facebook, TikTok, and other social media sites that offers na meron ng mga ganito. Institutional websites, World Wide Web, such as institutional websites, online encyclopedias and dictionaries, and also online newspaper. Statistic databases are also very important. Yan yung mga una nating tinatanong, especially sa edu. Bakit yan ang variable mo? For example, tinanong doon sa Angat Buhay, bayan ko, teacher ko, na ang sabi, bakit daw yung mga grade 2 ang target. Meron silang statistics na pinakita. Other journals that you could use, click nyo na lang siya. Okay? Now, task 3, continuation nung kanina. Look for 5 journal articles found in any of the following databases. ASEAN, Citation Index, Google Scholar, and Directive Open. List them down below. So, of course, it should be part of your study. Saan niyo siya pwedeng makuha? The title and the journal database. Yun lang. Again, pwede niyo siyang ikabit doon sa nauna yung ginawa na nasa short one paper, printed, or pwede niyo siyang ilagay sa yellow pad. Okay lang, kahit ano. Kasi title and journal database naman siya. Okay, let us now have attributing sources and reference. Read the two versions of how original text is paraphrased. So read it. And answer which of the two versions is an acceptable form of text. Is it A or B? You don't need to do this activity. Just think about it. We could pause for a while and think, bakit siya ang mas maganda? And follow-up question, why is there need to change the words in the original text whenever you are paraphrasing someone else's ideas? Because of what? Now, you may tell me, ma'am, because of plagiarism. Plagiarism is an sorry ha, I always want to smell nice. Kaya, lagi ako nagpipisik ng pub kahit hindi naman mainit. There's always remember this, my dear student. I want you to be cautious with the research that we're doing. We need to make sure that we are attributing proper sources, proper person in these sources as well. Sana po by this time, you are, the things that I want you to be part of is be accountable. Accountability is very important. Pag inilagay niyo siya, niloko niyo yung research, tapos kumuha kayo ng other works, please, my God, baka kasi mabago and I don't want you to have problems in the future. So for example, this one, social media can influence students' habits both positively, negatively. Alin kaya dito yung best paraphrase? Okay, so, and this one also, you could start paraphrasing this. And you know what you could do? You could check, good thing, pwede kayo mag-chat GPT. Na for example, meron kayo pa-paraphrase, and then, honestly, kasi sa pagkatapos nito, ay ipapaano natin yan plagiarism and AI checker. So, ganito gawin nyo. Pag mag-paraphrase kayo, i-paraphrase nyo muna siya in your own words. Tapos, after mo siyang i-paraphrase in your own words, at saka mo siya itama sa ChatGPT. So, tingin mo, does the meaning retain? Okay, yun na lang. Kesa na si ChatGPT ang magpa-paraphrase for you. You just check your work. Gamitin mo siyang tool. Now, according to Writing Center in 2020, there are various ways by which you can paraphrase a text. First, you can change the structure. It could be varied sentence patterns, or the order of ideas, break long sentences, or you could combine short ones. Expand or shorten phrases and eliminate unnecessary words. You can also change the words by changing its synonyms, change word classes, make abstract ideas concrete. There are many ways in paraphrasing. So, nasa sa inyo na lang yan. And, well, the more na you do know a lot of words, the more you could paraphrase. By the way, right now, it's 6:38 p.m. on a Sunday, and it's raining heavily, so I hope we have classes on Monday. Sana, I believe, sana meron. I mean, kahit online for HM. Now, here's an example of how paraphrasing is done. So, we could get an excerpt on page 1. So as you can see, there's a different unacceptable and acceptable paraphrase. Now, for this one, I just wanted to be familiar with the citing sources. Pero honestly speaking, honestly, ang sa akin, we are using the APA 7. Just look for citation online na lang. It's either you could click cite this for me, mga ganon. So I think it's better. At least you know how to use this one. So ayan.
It's too many, but for your own, pero you could just cite, you could lose an application to cite this. Kasi ganun din naman, pati kayo mahirapan. Or sometimes the journal itself, meron sila kung paano isa-cite. So you just use this one. Okay? Ayan. Okay. So for this one, task 3, in previous lesson, you were tasked to look for 5 journal articles. Choose 2 journal articles, look for a text, and paraphrase it and create a reference list entries. So you start paraphrasing your articles na. And let's check kung makakaya nyo siya. This is also by group. You don't need to do it on your own, but do this activity. So instead of asking 2 or journal articles, please paraphrase all with the APA 7. Kasi hindi naman yun eh. So pwede yan kanina, kung nagawa mo na siya doon, ipasok mo na lang siya ulit. Another set. Siguro nga, this time siguro maganda talaga na naka-short bond paper na lang siya. And then ipasok niyo siya. So tatlo na siya doon sa isa. Una title muna, pababa, and then this one. So you could see the differences. Okay, now, for your yellow paper, I want you to check your knowledge. Otherwise, right, true, or false. Hello, come on, show yourself to the group. Okay, this is 10 items. Okay, so I have here my dog who's sneaking na. Ay, syempre, nainggit yung isa. Come on, say hi. Say hi with my students. Yes, this too. Because it's raining, they're very afraid. So while you're answering, you can pause it. Ito lang kayo. So let's have 6 to 10. True or false? This is for you guys. So put it on a yellow pad before natin i-reveal ang answers. Ikutin mo sila niya. Diba? Naka-t-shirt sila. Go for pink and white. Sabi ko, babae po kami lahat. Mukha lang po kaming lalaki. Okay. So, if you still not finish answering, you could pause it. But if you're done, you could hear all the answers of the activity. Now, formulating the research design. This was discussed before. Okay. So, conducting a quantitative research. It was already discussed by Doc Avi last time, and you already have the PowerPoint presentation with Dr. Avi, and it's not my cup of tea because I am not good in mathematics, but it's quite, I try my best to put a lot of examples for conducting quantitative research. So I hope that it will help you understand quantitative research. So let's dig in. So what's the picture? This is just a short icebreaker sana. What do you observe? What is happening? And what can you describe? So for example, mag-uusap tayo. Ayan. So for me, I could see a girl, 2 girls in this first picture. It's a coffee shop and it has no barista, I guess. It's colorful, it's aesthetically pleasing. I feel comfortable. So, and the second picture, it feels like I want to drink something, some margaritas, or maybe a French puttanesca. Get on. So, that's it. How about this one? It's a busy street. So lovely. It feels that people are walking tirelessly, casually after their work. And I feel that it feels that it's noisy there and it's colorful. A lot of billboards, a lot of lights. Yeah. So let's now understand what descriptive research is. What's its focus is demographic profile, the practices, relationship, and effects, emphasis, present situations, and attitudes and beliefs. What is descriptive research? It focused on the description or characterization of research respondents. So emphasizes of what aspect of inquiry often highlights the demographic profile of the students, of the respondents. So when we say investigation of present situations, events, practice, attitudes, beliefs, trends, relationship, and effects as part of a research phenomenon. So that is descriptive research. So what are the characteristics of descriptive research? It is quantitative because the data gathered are numerical and quantifiable. It means it has numbers. It could easily be counted and it could be analyzed using statistical tools. And it has uncontrolled variables. Data only characterize variables. Variables are not influence or causal. It's also cross-sectional, records information of a group of one point on time. Example, yung census, ayan, descriptive yan. The sex, age, income, lahat po ng, descriptive siya. Basis for future research provides starting point for deeper analysis and helps determine potential method for future studies. Now, there are different types of descriptive methods. We have observational method, case study, and survey research method. So what is an observational method? It's a systematic recording of behavior in natural setting. So ano ba yung natural setting? It is the field or laboratory, no interactions with the subjects, and the subjects may change behavior when observed. Yun lang yung problema. Kasi parang, di ba pag ino-observe tayo sa klase, parang, ay, okay, bawal akong maganito. Diba? For example, okay, ang i-observe sa atin dito, feeling ng subject, kahit hindi naman sila yung, kahit yung teacher, kunwari yung i-observe, sila yung ino-observe. So when we say case study, in-depth examination of individual or group, starting point for a hypothesis, findings are not generalizable. Kasi case study, dun lang siya sa specific case na yon. Survey research method naman collects data on opinions or behavior. It uses questionnaires and respondents may give dishonest answers. Yun ang problema sa survey research method. Yun ang problem. Now, so scenarios for descriptive research methods. So pag observational, a pre-service teacher wants to study how grade 5 students behave during group activities. She sits at the back of the classroom and records their interactions without intervening. Kailan siya ginagamit? If you want to see natural behaviors without influencing them. Pag naman case study method or na quantitative, scenario research investigates the reading difficulties of one student with dyslexia. She collects tests, interview data, and teacher feedback to understand the case deeply. You use it when you want to go in-depth study of a single case or a small group. Next, we have survey research method. A college researcher creates a Google form survey to find out the study habits and stress levels of 200 English majors. She uses both multiple choice and open-ended questions. Survey research method is used when to go gather large-scale opinions, attitudes, and or behaviors. So, yun yung mga uses niya. So, when we say experimental research, it focuses on understanding what causes something to occur. Kaya nga siya experiment. It involves manipulating one variable while measuring another controlling data. So, key characteristics ng experimental research is it deliberate manipulation of conditions. Meron kang, kung kanina ino-observe mo lang sila, this time, meron kang ginagawa. Like, for example, for example, sa isang klase. Gusto mong malaman if, for example, nakakatulong ba sa bata ang may background music while studying. So what you did is you asked students na hindi naman gumagawa ng ganun, hindi sila nagpapatugtog ng music while studying. And then, nung ginawa mo, nagpatugtog ka. Like, habang sila ay, titingnan mo kung tumaas yung scores nila. So, you will check. Participants are randomly assigned to two groups. Meron tayong experimental group, yung receives treatment, and control group that does not receive any treatment. So we also have independent variable or treatment conditions, and we also have dependent variable which affect measured other variables. So yun. Next. Okay. Sample studies for experimental research. So for example, in education, testing whether the use of gamified learning apps improves students' math performance compared to traditional teaching. So teaching method, yung independent variable mo kasi you could use gamified versus traditional. Whereas the dependent variable, kasi kung yung math test scores, kung tumataas ba siya based on sa gamified versus traditional. Kaya yung dependent, nakadepende si math test scores doon sa research. Psychology sample examine whether listening to classical music reduces test anxiety among college students. So, ang independent variable mo is music exposure, classical versus no music, and ang dependent variables mo, if for example, yung test ba, tumaas yung anxiety level nila, yun. So, you could see the difference between the two for experimental research. Pag health sciences naman, sample, determining if a new herbal supplement lowers blood pressure compared to a placebo. So, supplement versus placebo, and the dependent variable is blood pressure readings. Now, for business and marketing naman, testing if using celebrity endorsement increases purchase intent of product to ads without endorsement. So, type of advertisements and purchase intent survey results. Ang kinakabahan ako sa EPT, parang may sinisira kang gamit ko. Food presentation study determining if the plating style, minimalist versus decorative, affects customer perception. So IV, plating style, DV, taste ratings. Menu design study checking if including calorie information on the menu influences healthier food choices. So menu type, with or without calorie info, and number of health items ordered. Okay, so the characteristics of experimental research, according to Cohen et al., experimental research helps us understand the cause and effect in a relationship. It involves manipulating one variable while observing changes in one another and requires control of other factors to ensure valid results. So, now, hypothesis. Hypothesis is very popular with the quantitative studies. Hypothesis must be clearly stated. In quantitative studies, the use of null hypothesis is important. Kasi meron tayong ito, states no significant difference exists between experimental and control groups. If no effect is found, consider other influencing factors beyond treatment. So meron din tayong independent and dependent variable. Okay? So, okay, so now let's have the sample ng types of experimental research methods. We have pre-test and post-test control groups. So, pag pre-test and post-test control group design, participants are randomly distributed to an experimental and control group. Both groups should be equivalent in terms of variables being measured. Both groups receive the same pre-test before the experiment. Only the experimental group receives the treatment. Both groups then receive a post-test after the treatment, and the difference in the post-test results between two groups are measured to determine the significance on difference. Sample research. Ayan. So, a study on the effect of using flashcards in improving vocabulary. So, ang participants daw ay 2 classes of grade 8 students which is randomly assigned. So, ano yung process? Both groups take a vocabulary pretest. And the experimental group, so dalawang group siya hinati. After ng pretest, meron silang flashcards. But the control group, may regular lecture only. Then after that, both groups take vocabulary post-test. So titingnan natin kung si experimental group ba na nilagyan na flashcards ay mas tumaas ang score compared doon sa wala, sa traditional. Okay? Next is one group pretest post design. So a single group of participants is required. Hence, there's no comparison or control group. Pretest is given to the participant still, and the independent variable is manipulated by giving the group a treatment. So the group then is post-tested. So let's check an example of this one. Okay. So, a study on the effect of time management workshop on students' productivity. So, ang participants ay one group ng isang student researchers. So, nagkaroon sila ng productivity pretest survey and they attend a time management workshop. Now, tinignan, after ba nun, nagkaroon ba ng improvement sa productivity? Yes or no? Sorry. Mukulog na. Mukhang wala na namang pasok. Ay, nako. We also have Solomon 4 group design. So, now, since it was said Solomon 4 group, apat na group sila. The first group is exposed to a pretest, treatment, and post-test. The second is exposed to treatment and then post-test. The third is pretest, post-test, but no treatment. And the fourth group only has a post-test. The complex statistical analysis is needed to analyze the result. Diba? Ang astig. So, paano yan? Sample research tayo, kunwari, from Kahoot on student engagement. So, participants divided into 4. So, group 1, pretest, Kahoot activity, tapos nag-post test sila. Group 2, Kahoot activity, and then post test. Wala silang pretest. Group 3, pretest and post test, walang Kahoot. And group 4, post test lang. And then we will now compare among alin dun sa apat yung kakaiba. Napakakulit mo. Sobrang kulit ng dog. So when doing an experimental research, it's important to check the results are really caused by the independent variable or the treatment. Hindi lang siya by chance. Doon kayo mahihirapan sa panel. Kasi, kaya ako sinasabi sa inyo na make sure na, kunwari, pag kinonduct niyo na yung research, tatanungin kayo, paano mo kinonduct yung research? Ganun ba? Bakit ikaw ang naganito? Bakit ikaw yung naganyan? Naku, hindi pwede yung ganyan. So, yun ang problema nyo. To test this research, calculate the p-value. If the p-value is less than 0.05, it means there is a less than 5% chance it happened randomly. Yun kaya tayo may quantitative. Kasi iti-check natin yung p-value. But researcher must also be careful about extraneous variables, other factor that could influence it. Kasi baka mamaya may prior knowledge na sila. For example, yun nga sabi dito, may study habits sila pero yung bata pala na mataas ang memory niya. Hindi niya kailangan mag-memo plus. Ang mataas pala memory mo, edi ikaw na. Mag-memo plus. Ako mag-memo plus, gold pa. Okay, so next is analogy, rolling dice. Imagine you want to test if a dice is fair or rigged. If you roll it once and get 6, that could be luck. But if you roll 100 times and get mostly 6, you can say, this dice is probably rigged, not just lucky. That's like the statistical significance, showing results are not random. Yeah. Okay, sample classroom. So research question, does listening to music while studying improve test? Ay, nawala yung ano. Nawala ba ako? Nawala ako. Okay, group A, studies with music. Group B, studies without music. After the test, the compare scores is 88 ng group A. Group B naman ay 80. If you calculate the p-value, if the p-value is 0.05, ibig sabihin, it improves performance. But it's negative 0.05, random chance lang siya. Suppose some students of group A already studied the topic before. Their scores might not be from music treatment, but from drier knowledge. That's why meron tayong extra factors. May mga hidden reasons tayo. Okay, now, one of my favorite is conducting qualitative research. So now, read the abstract below and answer the questions that follow. You could just pause for a while para hindi masyadong bulky yung video. And then answer, what is the objective of the study? What is a qualitative research approach or research design used in the study? Okay nga. Now, answer this. What is qualitative research? Qualitative research focuses on understanding experiences, meanings, and perspectives, and does not require statistics because it answers broad, open-ended questions. It is used if we want to study a phenomenon in detail. It explores experience, create your own framework or theory, or presents detailed profile or case. Kung quantitative, more on number and statistics, while qualitative is about stories, experiences, and insights. That's why in English and Filipino, I told you that it should be either mixed or qualitative pure. Kasi kailangan mas ano sa atin ang qualitative talaga na research. Pang English and pang Filipino kasi siya. Language kasi tayo. So characteristics of qualitative research, you focus on people's experience and meanings. It's flexible and open to change. Research plays a key role in data gathering and analysis. The researcher is the main instrument, uses creativity gathering, presenting data, and makes analytical decisions. So the research questions are general and open-ended and can change during the study. New questions may arise from the participants' answer, and participant sampling researchers sets inclusion and exclusion criteria at no strict one-size-fits-all in this sample ruling. Sabi nila, yung mga qualitative, nag-aaway yan ang qualitative at quantitative data. Kasi daw, ang qualitative, konti lang yung ini-interview mo. But you're actually looking for their actual experience kasi. And then you will make a thematic analysis. Whereas sa quantitative data, malawakan kasi siya. But ang sabi kasi nila, what if tinatamad yung tao? Like, tinatamad ka na magsagot. Ang sagot mo lang 4444 11111. So nadadaya siya. Yun ang pinagkaiba ng dalawa. So because the data source is from experience ng isa, that's why mayroon tayong triangulation. So after mo kasing mag-interview, mag-interview ka ng expert dun sa field na yun. So for example, nag-interview ka ng mga students about their experiences, and after that, you would also interview the teachers, the principals, and pagtatriangulate mo siya. Or pwede kang mag-interview ng someone from the Department of Education. Pwede na sila yung makakaano. So meron tayong coding or organize to find patterns in data, content analysis, look for frequent words, and thematic analysis, find recurring themes and meanings. So meron tayong tinatawag na different types of qualitative research. We have the ethnography. It employs the field observation to document culture, social groups, or social cultural phenomenon. Research have immersed themselves in community. So para makita niya yung way of life. So paano siya ginagawa? So we have a sample activity, this one. So the daily practices of food culture in the street vendors of Manila. So yan kunwari yung sample. So anong gagawin mo? So what you will do is you will live and spend your time with street vendors in Manila. So participants will join vendors in setting up stalls, magpe-prepare ka din ng food, magtitinda ka din, and then you will also interview them. Para kang gumagawa ng documentary sa isang GMA show. So magkakaroon ka ng field notes, and now i-code mo sila sa kung anong pattern sila tatama. So halimbawa, para sa Filipino naman, major, sa wika at pamumuhay, sang etnografiya ng mga magsasaka. So dahil ito yung napili mong research, ayun, pupunta ka sa mga magsasaka, magtatanim ka, makikiani, so magkakaroon ka ng analysis dyan. So pwede yun, di ba? Enjoy siya. So meron din tayong grounded theory. It is for those who are advanced in doing qualitative research, nagagawa na sila ng sariling theories nila. So sample ng study natin. So nara sa pag-unlad ng pagkaunawan, isang grounded theory study sa mga estratehiya ng mga gurong pagtuturo sa panitikan ng senior high school. So mula dito, bubuo ka ng isang theory, magpapalabas ka ng isang theory mula dito. So for HM naman, grounded theory influence of calorie information and restaurants menus on customer dining choices. So same din ang gagawin natin. So phenomenological study focus on a thorough understanding of the experience of an individual. It seeks to address questions on how individual experience can be suited in a particular phenomenon. So generic something, a phenomenological study in the lived experience of first generation college students in coping with academic challenges. The lived experience of pre-service teacher in online classroom management during the pandemic. A phenomenological study including the experience of students transitioning from face-to-face to hybrid learning. So Filipino major, pwede live experience of Filipino major students in preserving local literature in the digital age. Ayan, so just read it na lang. So yun yung mga different natin. So we also have qualitative research, multiple cases such as individuals, groups, or institution. So sample, a case study on the coping mechanism of working student leaders in a state university. So pwede rin siya na case study of the experiences of hotel interns in managing guest complaints. Yan. So we also have historical research. Okay, of course, sample ng historical research. Ayan. Tracing the evolution of the Philippine literature in English during American colonial period. Historical study of the development of campus journalism in state universities. The role of English in Philippine education from 1900s to present, a historical analysis. Kasaysayan ng pag-unlad ng panitikang Pilipino nung panahon ng martial law. Isang pagsusuri ng ebolusyon at ortografiyang Filipino mula 1940 hanggang kasalukuyan at kasaysayan ng pampanitikan, ang papel ng balagtasan sa pag-angat ng kultura ng Pilipino. HM, a study of culinary practices in Pampanga, tracing the roots of Kapampangan cuisine, the evolution of Philippine hospitality from Spanish era posadas to modern hotels, a historical review of tourism development in Boracay from fishing village to world-class destinations. Diba? Ang ganda din, ano? So, tracing. We also have conducting combined research or the mixed method. Sabi nila ito isa sa mahihirap. Now, when we say mixed method research, it has 4 things that you should know. Combines quantitative and qualitative numbers and uses both to better understand the problems. Ano yung key features niya? Meron na siyang numerical data, may visual data pa siya. Meron na siyang quanti, may quali pa siya. At may kinalaman sa triangulation. Conditions before setting. Decide which type of data is prioritized. Quanti ba or quali? And then plan how to set the data will be merged during analysis and identify if a theory is needed to guide the study. Purpose provides broader and deeper understanding of a phenomenon and ensure findings are credible and reliable kasi dalawang study na yung ginamit mo, dalawang method na. So, anong characteristics niya? Of course, it has multiple perspectives, different angle siya, may triangulation, stronger yung findings niya, and the theory building na siya. And sequential explanatory design, it has 3 steps kasi. 2 steps. Step 1, collect and analyze the quantitative data. Collect qualitative data responses. Purpose, use qualitative findings to explain numbers in detail. Sequential explanatory design naman ay step 2, collecting quantitative data. Purpose is explore phenomenon deeply and develop instruments or theories. And concurrent triangulation, ayun na, yun yung ita-triangulate mo lahat ng data mo. Sure. Sample titles. So, customer satisfaction in budget hotels, a survey analysis with follow-up interviews. So, the effect of study habits on academic performance, statistical findings explained through student narratives, measuring stress level of call center agents and exploring their coping strategies. Yan yung kung nag-quanti ka muna, tapos tsaka ka nag-interview. Pag naman nag-interview ka muna bago ka nag-quanti, explore the dining experience of some Gypsal customers, developing a survey tool for interviews. Teachers' challenges in online classes, from narrative, tapos gagawa ka ng scale. Understanding local tourists and travel motivation, so building a questionnaire for in-depth interviews. Concurrent triangulation design naman, both same time, equal importance. Work-life balance of hospitality employees, a combined survey and focus group study. customer loyalty in cafes, integrating statistical data, interview insights, college student on social media use, simultaneous quantitative and qualitative investigation. So there are also characteristic of action research, which we already discussed previously. So of course, to make sure na deeper understanding, various settings siya. It could be from schools, communities, and organization. Immediate concerns, address real problems, collaborative, of course, research and participant, works together. Mixed method, pwede siyang quanti or quali. It's also reflective because it helps educators, practitioners, students examine, improve their practices, and aims to change, improve, and innovate. So, ayan. Okay, there are different types of action research. We have participatory research, the improvement of lives of significant concerns. So, paano yan? So, reviving local proverbs sa community-based action research on using salawika in as a tools for conflict mediation in barangay assemblies. So babalik tayo sa past, no? Empowering rural women through oral literature, participatory action research on preserving Filipino folktales. Bridging generations and action research in using bye-bye in workshops for youth identity formation in indigenous communities. For English majors, pwede tayo na breaking the silence. So magkakaroon tayo ng spoken poetry, digital storytelling with youth writers, community-based action research in an urban poor area, reading circles as safe spaces using literature to foster critical awareness and out-of-school youth. And sa HM naman, Cooking for Change, a community-based action research on reviving indigenous Filipino recipes for sustainable tourism. Youth-run pop-up cafes, a participatory action research on empowering senior high school students in hospitality training. From farm to table, a community action research, sustainable resource practices in rural resorts. We could also have practical action research, improving reading comprehension of Philippine epics through Readers High School, gamifying Shakespeare and action research on increasing student engagement. So nakikita natin yung difference, no? Pag practical, reducing food waste in hotel kitchens through staff-led action research. Why? Because a practical research is addresses issues and problems that is encountered in schools that can be addressed and studied by this thing. So, yun naman yung practical ng action research. Kanina kasi participatory. So, they will be engaged. But this one, may practical usage talaga siya. We also have, for practical, the formulation of answers to scientific inquiry can be done by an individual or by a team. So, now for your yellow pad, so please answer the following. I think this is 10 items. You just pause for a while. Sorry ha, pinipilit ko kasi mag 1 hour lang para hindi kayo masyadong maboard. Okay, pause na lang. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so answers. Okay, so I think the sample procedure, wala pa ako dyan. Kaya I'm still working on it dahil malapit na matapos yung slide. So, we'll have a separate video for that. But for now, I want to say goodbye na. So, at least, konti na lang po tayo. Honestly, malapit na tayo matapos sa module. Konting-konti na lang. Lagpas kalahati na lang tayo. And I want to finish it so that ang mga activities na lang natin would be solely part ano na lang tayo. Kaya ako binibilisan kasi gusto ko na ang gagawin na lang natin is consultation tayo lahat ng kailangan nyo sa akin, ibibigay ko sa inyo. So yun lang, I'll be ending this record and hopefully next week this week magkita tayo. And I'll be stop this recording. So, stopping this recording. Bye! Stop na siya.